What do you call a Robin action figure?
A Robin action figure. Oh, gosh. I got nothing.
Oh,
A toy wonder?
I don't have no clue.
Welcome to the greatest DC comic show on YouTube. Thanks for spending your Sunday nights with Fanboys Live and the Retro Review. It's so nice to have you here. On behalf of ComicFoo 2814, on behalf of Tim the Comic Collector, who doesn't get that sign held up, we welcome you to today's show. Of course, I say we because we have Signature King Tony with us. How are you doing, Tony?
Doing great. Excited for this holiday weekend because it is extra long for me. So I'm very excited for it.
Very nice. And this week we have a special guest rejoining us. He was on with us in the past. It's been almost 2 years since he was on, but we have one of the original comic book community YouTubers back with us. It's Mr. Gretzky 9966. It's Matt. How are you doing?
Doing good. How you been?
Doing good. It's great to have you back. Like I said, it was December of 2 years ago that we had you on the show, and now we've got you back, and it's great to see you again.
Yeah, good to be back.
Awesome. So we have some great folks joining us in the live chat too. If you're watching on the rewind, we welcome you to today's show, but we'll start out by saluting and saying Muabunga to Ruby G. White Tiger, cool, calm, collected. How are you doing, Ruby? It's great to have you here. Look who's made it live with us tonight in the chat. It's our favorite Shebab, silver hair, bronze age babe. It's great to have you here too. We say meow to the Jackson Roykirk. Meow. And we appreciate you folks kicking us off in our live show for tonight. Mr. Tony, what's going on news-wise? Last week it seemed like we had nothing. I think we got some more stuff to talk about for this week.
Yeah. It really sounds like Daniel Craig is really going to pull off a Sergeant Rock movie. So that's interesting. A Sergeant Rock movie.
What do you think about that, Matt?
For Daniel Craig? Craig? But when is that going to happen? Because I know he's working on that passion project of his, that Othello for 2026.
I don't know. It doesn't really give like a projected date.
Okay, so it has to probably be, because that's what we're waiting on for James Bond news. We're waiting to see, but they're producing his passion project, so we're not going to get any Bond news anytime soon. So
yeah. We have John's Comics with Kids joining us in the live chat.
If he's doing Sergeant Rock, that'd be good if he follows through.
Yeah, I think he can pull it off. I think that's a good cast.
Yeah, I think it's a good cast
really
too.
Good. He's not too old either, so
no.
I think that there's some other things kind of related to the James Gunn DC universe. If I'm not mistaken, Peacemaker finished up filming their second season this weekend.
Yes.
So no word, of course, when it's going to drop. But the second season wrapped filming principal photography for that just this weekend. And then am I also hearing, Tony, that we're going to get a Superman trailer before the year is over with?
Very possible. A teaser, at least.
At least a teaser. We're going to get some type of footage.
I gotta get something.
I really hate teaser trailers. It's a trailer for the trailer.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, just give me the trailer and be done with it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very excited.
I hate a lot of movies that do that.
Matt, are you excited for the Superman movie?
Yeah. I mean, the last Superman movie with Henry Cavill, I wasn't too thrilled with that one. It was too slow for me.
Okay.
The Man
so you're looking for
movie.
a fast-paced Superman film?
Yeah, I'm looking more. I like the Superman Returns.
Okay, cool.
Henry Cavill will always be my
something on that end. Yeah, Henry Cavill's good, but
Christopher.
No, he might be James Bond. You never know.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be weird? DC gets Daniel Craig and James Bond gets Henry Cavill.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Yeah.
Hey,
too fun.
there's Ben Compton stopping by to say hi to us. It's awesome that you're here, Ben. We appreciate you. So while we're on the, do you have any more James Gunn or DC EU stuff, Tony? Because otherwise I want to talk about. Okay, then go ahead before I jump into more Superman
big
stuff.
Big Wonder Woman news. We could find out who is the new Wonder Woman very early 2025 because she is rumored to make an appearance in the Batman movie. Not the Batman with, Matt Reeves, not that one, but, the next DCU Batman. I guess. I don't know if it's going to be Wonder Woman or Diana Prince. So we're not sure who Batman is yet either, but Diana Prince or Wonder Woman is rumored to make an appearance at some point, possibly in that movie.
So basically, we only know who Superman is, Lois Lane, that group, and then we're waiting on him to give us something else.
Yeah, we're pretty much stuck right now in the Superman family, so to speak. We have a Supergirl, we have a Lois Lane, and anyone who's appearing in the Superman movie. We know already.
But what's his villain? What's the villain this time?
I heard it was the Engineer, which is interesting because she's not really a villain. She's part of the Authority.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's the Authority, which is still an odd choice for me too. I personally think that more comic book fans,
why not Brainiac?
Yeah, are looking for someone like Brainiac or
Brainiac's too big to start off, I think,
or Metallo or something like that. So, I personally think the next.
Well, what was the one?
I personally think the next Wonder Woman might be here. I'm just saying.
She definitely is full of wonder.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I thought that was pretty exciting news. We can get a new Wonder Woman way earlier than I anticipated. So we'll see.
So we're not going to get Flash news anytime soon either?
I don't know.
I think they want to forget about the Flash for a little bit.
It's too you can't. He's part of the original 7. It's as much as they want to, but now you know what character we'll never get?
But weren't we getting
We'll never get a Shazam for a long time.
No. No Black Adam.
No Black Adam. Sad.
Oh, but weren't they doing a Green Lantern TV show?
Yep, Lanterns is coming. They've had 2 big casting announcements for that. We know who our Hal Jordan is, and we know who our Jon Stewart is. So
you say no Shazam. You say
Guy
no
Gardner.
Black Adam.
I need Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner's in the Superman movie.
Ah, there we go.
It's played by Nathan Fillion.
That's my. Ooh, that's a good choice.
So you say no Shazam, and Matt says no Black Adam, and this is what I say: no Lady Cop.
We need DC Continuity Cop. The Continuity Cop.
The Continuity Cop.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, Metarock.
Continuity Cop. Yes.
Yeah.
If he's not in the DCU somewhere,
he's in every U. He's in the DCU. He's in the MCU. He's in the IndieU. He knows it all.
He better not be in.
I know he's the man.
Yeah, he is. He's pretty awesome.
Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah,
that's good. But the only other thing for DCU movie news, it does a little bit of good news for all you Swamp Thing people out there. His movie has been bumped up in the timeline. It's still approximately 2 years off. It was 3, now it's 2. So slightly closer to.
Okay, but do they have the?
They have no casting or anything for him. Nothing.
Oh, okay. So they went away from the guy from the TV show.
Yeah. That TV show is its own little thing, so it doesn't count.
Okay.
Which I'm okay with. Right. I thought it'd be okay if they brought him back. I thought he did a really decent job, but I guess not.
Yeah, I mean, it's still bringing back their guy. Bringing back some people.
Yeah.
Why can't DC do the same thing? Grant Gustin.
I don't know.
Flash. There you go.
Nah,
he was a good
never
Flash.
Happen. Yeah, he's a great Flash. It'll never happen though. Even he said he was done being the Flash. He won't do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Or bring back the guy that played Wally West.
No.
I thought the guy
I don't
that that played Dick Grayson in Titans was great.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. They could find something for him.
Yeah. So Tony, as we segue on to more news, I don't think I talked to Matt about this, but I know Tony, you and I discussed this. McFarlane Toys has announced a Kickstarter program for this. Some corner boxes. What do you guys think of this?
I think
they're awesome.
I think they're great. I think they are great. The problem is with me is I really want that. And I looked at the Patreon or I think Indiegogo or whatever it was, Kickstarter. I looked at it, and there are legitimately tiered rewards I could totally get behind.
Mm-hmm.
But I would buy this right now if they would do this if they guaranteed other figures were coming. I would pre-order the top tier tonight. But
I am so glad there's no Wonder Woman announced yet. But I think she's coming.
Oh yeah.
Also of note too, there's autographed versions available too. You can get an autograph from Todd McFarlane on the Batman and Dan Jurgens on the Superman.
Yeah. And that's the one I was looking at. The
T. Farland.
Yeah, you get a T. McFarlane.
If they could guarantee characters that I like, I'd be pre-ordering all of them right now.
That's what I'm wondering is how long that's going to last, because I heard the toy rights or whatever for DC and for Star Wars are up next year for the companies that are running them right now. So McFarlane could lose DC next year.
Yeah, that would be devastating for them, I think.
I think they'd find a way to save it.
Yeah. But it'd be even awesome if he pick up everything.
So while we're talking about McFarlane as well, so there's been a series of McFarlane action figure comic book covers that kind of tie in his little line of action figures. And one that fans have been excited about is the 1966 Red Batman. So there was a movie poster overseas for the 1966 Adam West Batman movie where his costume was colored red. Yeah. So they're doing like a homage to that in a comic book. And originally that's supposed to be in the November 20th Batman 155 variant, but the thing kept getting delayed. And now they've even switched the book. So now it's going to show up in November 27th, Batman the Brave and the Bold, issue 19. So if you are looking for that cover, or if you have pre-ordered that issue expecting that you're going to get that cover, just an FYI that has changed.
I like my McFarlane cover, the only one I own. That's a neat cover.
McFarlane.
I like it.
Why
they went with that one, but
I didn't even know that existed.
Well, I think it's the Red Batman. It's the novelty of that, and the classic movie poster, as well.
Didn't they have at that time? There wasn't Batman in those different colored suits for one story.
There was like the Rainbow Batman.
Batman. Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah. I do have that I can share right now too. Let me find where it went.
Yeah, McFarlane's good.
Here was the original poster that cover's based on.
Did Adam West ever wear a red Batman suit?
No.
I don't remember. No, okay.
No, he didn't.
No. I'm trying to think. But where was that poster from?
It was overseas. It was an international poster, perhaps France.
Oh, okay. So over there somewhere. Okay.
Yeah. Let's say hello to...
I wonder how much that poster...
Oh, I'm sure it went a lot. Let's say hello to the Library 88.
Hello.
Yeah, McFarlane had some good figures. That's cool. And our friend Super Russ 9000 has stopped by as well.
Hey, Russ.
Hey, Russ. Hope you're doing well.
Yes, sir.
Absolute Batman continues just to impress. It is the best-selling comic book of 2024, and now it's been announced it's getting a 4th printing.
4th printing.
Holy,
Come on.
Holy cow.
Stop. Why?
They want to make money.
Right there, Matt. You hit the nail on the head. So, new printing of that can be expected.
I'm sick of prints. What they should do is they should just first print, and when it's gone, it's gone.
Nope.
No second print.
Nope.
Nothing.
You're leaving money on the table when you do that.
No, I'm creating hype for number 2.
Yeah, that's why the companies do number ones, and they do multiple different versions of their number ones because they can make tons of money because they know crazy people will buy it.
Yes.
They gotta have everything, Some collectors gotta have everything.
There's this Wonder Woman collector that buys every variant cover for the current issue. Can you believe that?
I can. I bet I could guess who.
That's not you, is it?
There's
it's you.
Look at our friends, ComicFoo and Tim the Comic Collector. They
still our friends?
Sure.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
they remember they had that showdown video where they showed off their collection of.
That's right, they did.
And they went crazy. They went into like 7th or 8th print for Death of Superman.
Yeah.
Oh, that is insane.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
And there was no difference. There was no difference between the 3rd print and the 8th print. There was no difference.
Yeah, exactly.
I know some of those books just changed colors. That's all they did was change the
change colors. You're right.
Some of them don't even do that.
Yeah, you're right on that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, lately DC's been doing like if it's a variant or if it's like a second print, it'll be like a red or a blue, and then it goes like different. But yeah, that's I hate 2nd, 3rd printings. So stupid.
Oh yeah.
I'm not buying the same comic 8 times. It's the same story.
I know.
I'll buy maybe a cover A of variant. It's a cool.
I've done that. I've done that with Archie books. Bought covers like that. I'm like, I'm not doing that ever again.
Obviously, you guys didn't go to the comic store with me this week.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It was a light comic book store week for me. Very light. I only had 2 issues in my box.
It was one of the worst for me. Of course, I haven't been in a month. I hadn't been in a month. So there was several other titles. I had a 1 in 100 in there. I had a 1 in 50 in there. So
holy cow.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So would you
see all my
buy
books?
100 issues?
Yeah, right.
It felt like it.
All my books every week fit in this little comic folio. So if they fit in here, I'm good.
Hey, Glenn. Thanks for showing up. Hope you're doing well.
Another Superman fan.
Yeah. Glenn, we were just talking a little bit ago, and I think I sent this to you, the McFarlane corner box art stuff. We were just talking about that too. So I'm curious if you'll be ending up picking up the Superman one.
I don't know if I ever showed this to Glenn here, but I'll do it anyway. My only McFarlane toy cover that I have, signed by Doug Hazelwood.
Nice.
I did a little video on it, but it's still cool. I'm gonna send this in for a slab.
But no McFarlane autograph.
No
T.
No T McFarlane.
No.
From Doug Hazelwood himself sent me this, along with a bunch of other goodies. I still to this day, like, I can't believe that happened. He sent it to my house. Doug Hazelwood has my address. That's wild to think about.
You know who had my old address?
Yeah.
Who?
David and Meredith Finch.
Oh.
And they used it.
Oh, just once, twice, 3 times?
Once.
But
they made it count.
Yeah.
Don't they live in Canada?
They are. They have a Canadian address. I have their address too.
I have not seen Meredith Finch.
There's a lot of artists that are in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah. PK Philip Kennedy Johnson.
I didn't even see her a couple years ago when I met David Finch.
I've met David Finch many
wasn't
times,
there.
and this past year, no, the last 2 years she's been absent. I'm not sure why. Hopefully she's all right.
Yeah.
Someday I'll just do a video solely devoted to that story because that story deserves its own video. They did me a solid.
Do it, man. How long ago has it been since?
It's been a few years. It was back
Yeah.
when they were working on Wonder Woman, when they were the current creative team on Wonder Woman. So
Yeah,
it's
man,
been a few years.
When Wonder Woman
I'd
was
love
decent.
when it was decent. Yeah, I'd be curious to listen to it.
Yeah.
Man. And your recent video, your Super A-OK.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's been doing wonderful.
It is. Thank you, Tony, because you gave me some behind the scenes help in trying to make sure that the video, because I wanted it to reach as many people as it could. And I'll talk a little bit more about the video when we get to promoting our channels and stuff, but
yeah,
it's getting close to 300. And as a matter of fact, last time I looked, it was 35 views away from being my second full-length video of all time in views.
Wow.
So 35 seems achievable to me. It does.
Doable. Absolutely doable.
Maybe I'm a dreamer on that, but if I can get 35 more views on that thing, I think that you know, that would be pretty awesome.
You can probably get more than that. Just wait a few more months. You'll probably have 100 more.
Exactly. Yeah, considering the video hasn't even been up a full week yet. So
yeah. Oh yeah, I learned a lot by watching that video.
And you're right about that. Exactly. I was so Whitney Houston. I get so emotional, baby. I can't help myself.
Very, very educational. A-OK, at least for me, just by watching it. I didn't know some. I won't spoil what it was, but like I didn't know that. I had no clue.
I didn't know that they existed.
Yeah.
I
don't know anyone else who has that in their collection. I mean, Andre did, but he doesn't anymore. So
does that happen?
And I don't even have any Superman stuff like that either.
Yeah.
I'm curious if that happens, like I lived in Germany for a long time, but we didn't get any of that. It was
there were Mexican Spider-Man comic books that were originals over on the Marvel side when they didn't like that Gwen Stacy died. So they kept her alive. They did. They kept her alive in the Mexican version. She just created their own.
I remember seeing that. Yeah, I remember hearing about
funny.
that. Yeah.
I mean, hey, just we're gonna ignore
crazy.
Hey, someone call continuity, please.
Yeah,
continuity cop. Where are you?
Yeah,
I know.
That's wild.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's I love little tidbits like that. That is very interesting to me.
Yeah,
very cool. Very cool.
Any other news, Tony, before we start to segue into the retro review?
Oh, nope. Nothing worth writing about.
Okay. So, Tony, while you pull up the assist, I had our special guest, Matt, pick out what our theme tonight would be. And, Matt, you said we're all going to pick a Detective Comics story. And, Tony, I'm going to go first in the review, just FYI.
True.
And why did you decide to pick this theme for tonight's retro review?
Detective Comics was one of my favorites. So besides Flash, Detective, I liked it better than Batman, pretty much.
Okay.
Just like I like Action Comics better than Superman.
Okay. That's cool.
I just don't know what it is about it.
So tonight, all three of us have picked a different Detective Comics story. And we're not doing 3 consecutive issues or 3 consecutive storylines or nothing like that. We're just skipping all around, and I'm going to kick us off because I went back to the Silver Age tonight. What do you guys think of this cover for Detective Comics number 374?
Who did the cover on this one?
I would have to check on that. But I thought the cover was pretty awesome.
I ever had that one. Yeah, I love that cover. I just don't.
Just out of curiosity,
Mr.
Gretzky, what is the earliest Detective Comic issue you have?
The earliest I used to have, was 300, or it was I think it was before 300. It was like 298, I think, or something like that. 299.
Okay, very cool.
So it's Herb Novik did the cover.
Herb Novick. Okay.
Herb,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Yeah,
I'll
'cause-
get us started with our retro review tonight before we continue. We're back in the Silver Age. I think this is 1968, if I'm remembering correct. It's called Hunt for a Robin Killer. And we see eyes, the eyes of a killer who's looking in the streets of Gotham City for prey. And then he sees Robin walk by, and Robin is his prey. So unbeknownst to Robin, he turns around and grabs him. As he grabs him, he just hits him with some brute force right from the beginning. Robin doesn't know who it is. Robin doesn't know where this is coming from. Lethal fists ball into powerful pistons, pumping punch after punch at Robin, just knocking the tar out of the poor kid. And he falls to the ground. All of a sudden, he hears the voice that says, "Come on, Robin, I've got them all." And he realizes it's Batman's voice. And he says, well, I have a choice. I can either finish Robin off, or I'll get finished off when Batman finds me. So he takes off. Batman turns to the corner, screams Robin's name when he sees him, and he's like, oh my God, it's all my fault. I killed Robin. Then at the bottom it says, why does the Caped Crusader blame himself for what happened to the boy Wonder? You know, why does he have this guilt? So we jump back now short moments before this all occurred. Batman and Robin are arriving to try to get the Lemon Brothers. They're cornered in a warehouse. And Batman says, I'll go in the front door. You go in the back door, Robin. So Batman busts through the front door and realizes, he remembers that this building's back door was sealed shut within the last week. So he knows Robin will be around to help him in just a moment or so. And the Lemon Brothers see Batman, and they're like, no, stay away. We got guns. And they start to fire on Batman. But Batman really doesn't care because he starts taking them to task and going to work. And the thugs are screaming when he's hitting them. He's got karate chops. He's got more moves than Jagger. And he's just knocking them out. But he's kind of wondering what's keeping Robin, you know? He must have seen by now that the back door is boarded up. Why hasn't he returned? Of course, we know why Robin hasn't returned yet. So now we cut back to present time, and Batman is like, I sent him here on a fool's errand. I sent him into waiting into the jaws of death. And he's like, wait a minute, his heart is still beating. I've got to get him to a doctor, and there's a hospital a couple blocks away. So he scoops Robin up, and he takes him, while he's feeling all this grief over what's happened to Robin, he takes him into the emergency room, tells the doctor, you got to help him. And they say, well, we'll do our best. And then Batman actually doesn't stay to wait. He is so full of rage, he says, I will find whoever did this to Robin because he's out there, and I'll find him if it's the last thing that I do. So he goes back to the scene of the crime, and he's looking for some evidence, and he finds some. He finds footprints from a pair of sneakers. He finds a bit of corduroy and leather, probably a scrap of a jacket that got kind of hit into this brick wall. He sees the broken plank, and judging by the size of where it was hit at, he knows that the attacker has to be pretty tall and pretty strong. And he says, that's not a lot to go on, but it's enough for me. So he starts his relentless hunt for the Robin Killer. He says he's looking in a hunt for a crooked needle in a human haystack, and he starts looking where all the criminals hang out. And he arrives finally at a location to find someone that fits that description of exactly what he's looking for. He orders everyone else out except for you. And the guy's like, what are you talking about? What did I do? And he's like, I'm taking you in for assault and maybe for murder. And he starts punching him. And the guy's like, hey, lay your hand off of me. What right do you have to do this? And he's like, I'm giving you a chance to wail away at me the way you did to Robin. He's like, I've never laid my hands on Robin. You got to believe me. And he says, I've never felt such hate for any human being. I'm caught up in compulsive vendetta. And he wonders if he's pulling his punches just enough to keep from knocking him out cleanly and mercifully. And he says, well, enough is enough. And he just decks him, hauls him off to Commissioner Gordon. And he says, you know, you got to book this guy. And Commissioner Gordon says, Batman, you made a big mistake. You know, this man has an ironclad alibi. He was at a prize fight club tonight. I was there. I saw him myself. I talked to him. So I know at the time that Robin was attacked that he wasn't there because I was with him. So Commissioner Gordon goes back to remember how he, after this prize fight, went to this man's dressing room to try to get an autograph, and he got his autograph. And Batman's like, aha. He's like, well, let's see that autograph you got. And they try to compare the signatures, but the signatures match up. So they're like, okay, well, It wasn't someone trying to impersonate him then. So this guy, his name is Jim Condors. He's like, I'm going to sue you, Batman. I'm going to ask for $1 million for assault and battery. You people can't keep doing what you're doing. The law has to clamp down on you costume crime fighters and put you out of business. He goes back to see Robin, and Robin's in pretty bad shape in the hospital. And he's like, did you get him, Batman? And he lies to Robin. He says, oh, yeah, I did. And then he feels so guilty. He's like, I've never lied to Robin before, but this time I had to. The doctor comes in and tells Batman how his words are better than any medicine that he could have given him. And he's like, but what's Robin going to do when he finds out that I failed and that I lied to him? And Batman says, well, it was worth your discovering Robin's secret identity to save his life. And the doctor says, I don't have the slightest idea who Robin is. After all, there's 8 million people in the city. I don't know everyone just by sight. So Robin's secret identity is still protected. Batman goes back to the Batcave and starts hunting through case histories, and he latches onto one where Robin caught a hood named Ed Condors when he was on a solo case. And he has a picture, and this Ed Condors is a dead lookalike for his brother Jim, who was just the guy that he just hauled in before to Commissioner Gordon. And he's like, okay, I've got something. I'm cooking with oil now. So he goes to Ed Condors' house, scares the bejeebies out of him when he turns around and realizes that Batman's there. And he's like, he essentially says, I'm charging you with taking your brother's place at the prize fight club earlier tonight. And he realizes how he already swapped the autograph out because everyone knew that Commissioner Gordon was an autograph fan. See, Tony, there's something you have in common with him. And they switched the autographs out while this guy took the place of his brother. So Batman essentially knocks him out. And he's like, now that I know what he sounds like in his voice, with my makeup kit, I can impersonate him. So he does. And when his brother comes over, he starts essentially talking about the plot, and he acts like, he's the real guy. And this guy doesn't know it's Batman in disguise and not his brother. And they talk about, well, Robin's not dead yet. And he says, well, I'm going to go back and kill Robin. I promised that I would. And then Batman shows his hand that he really is Batman. And he's got the proof now. He's got the mask even that the guy wore. And he's going to take the guy in. But, of course, they end up with fisticuffs. And they start throwing punches. And Batman knows that this is a prize fighter and a killer. And he's got to put him away fast. Then we get this great full-page splash that you're coming to, Tony. That I love, that I think is so good. This is Gil Kane artwork. Coming off the grand finale as Batman hammers out the mightiest haymaker of his career, and he just knocks him cold. He hauls him over to Commissioner Gordon, explains everything that's happened, and Commissioner Gordon's like, yes, you've got your vengeance. And Robin has healed. He's doing better. He's out of the hospital now. He's asked if you have a new case lined up for the two of them. And he says, well, that's the way I like to hear you talk, Robin, even if you're not quite so ready to tackle one. The best part of seeing Robin, well, again, is the knowledge that my lie to him turned out to be the truth, that despite my blinding rage, I made no mistake when I originally hunted down and brought in his killer. So that's the story. There's actually a elongated man story, but in the end, a second story, but I'm not going to cover that tonight. So that is my Silver Age Detective Comics pick tonight for our retro review. So, Mr. Gretzky, you're up next. But first, I want to say hi to Scott, who jumped in while I was doing my retro review there, Hoarder's Hide. Hope you're doing great. Nice to see you.
What issue was yours?
Mine was issue number...
No, Mr. Gretzky.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, mine? 566.
566. Got it.
So tell us, Matt, specifically why you picked this book. It has a great classic cover to it.
Oh, yes. I have the poster for it. It's a great cover. It also had a T-shirt that came out at one time.
Oh, nice.
And I couldn't find that book. I wanted it for so long, and my ex-wife ended up finding it and got it for a good deal. Got it for $8. So, guy's like, "Oh, you won't find it for less than 20." And I'm like, "Okay." Walked into the comic shop and asked him after the show, and the guy's like, "Oh, if they didn't take all the books with them, we might have it." "Yeah, we got it here, $8." I'm like, okay, I'll take it.
Nice.
So
all right, so take away your retro review tonight of this story.
So basically, Batman gets this note that says "Know your foes," due to the fact that you have the cover with all the different people on it, and that it asks, who's the foes, and then basically, we're trying to figure out who each one. It basically goes through and tries to figure out who sent the note. That's what Batman's trying to figure out. It's like, why did I get this note? Who sent it to me? Why do I get it? Kind of deal. You know what I mean? And Robin, I think that's the Jason. Was that Jason Todd? I can't remember who was Robin at the time.
I think it is Jason Todd.
I think it is Jason Todd. He ends up talking to Batman about it, and he's like, "Oh, now I get to finally meet the different villains that I haven't run into yet. Get to know more about the villains. I get to work with you trying to capture." So basically, it's a if you scroll down a little bit, it's basically like it gives a little history on each villain. Like Batman goes and he goes, "Is it the Joker?" And then he goes through and it tells you all about the Joker and why he might be it, why the Penguin could be the note guy sent the note. And then it goes like Killer Moth, the anti-Batman character, Black Mask. It basically goes through his whole rogues gallery at that time in '86 of different people, like Two-Face. Could he be the guy? Mad Hatter. And gives you a little blow by blow of each character, what they've done. Deadshot. Could it been him? Could he been the guy that sent it? Raja Ghul. Just talks about him and why could be it. And then then I don't know who this character is. I never heard of this one. Maka Tuner or Trumer. I don't even know who that is.
Nocturna?
Yeah, Nocturmer and Night Slayer. I don't know who they are. I've never heard of them. So up until that point, so Poison Ivy, is it her? And then he has to figure it out. Oh, is it really her, or could it be the Riddler sending me something? Or could it be anybody else? A bunch of the Crazy Quill, the stupid pirate guy. I forget what his name is. I hated him. Yeah, but yeah, then you had Catman and a bunch of other villains there that he just has to go through, and then eventually they you find out eventually in Batman 400. You eventually find out who it is in Batman 400, and that so it's an anniversary issue, I guess. Batman 400 is, but that's where you find out who sent the note and what happens. The climax to the ending. So
then we have a Green Lantern story coming up, huh?
Yeah.
Then they have it's a secondary story that's in there. A lot of times at that time, I think they ran secondary stories. I don't remember when they stopped secondary stories, but same thing. I think DC put out a bunch of books like that.
Yeah. So that issue that you just reviewed is interesting, that there was this really short period of time where Batman of Earth 1 and all of his supporting characters and the villains, they existed on the post-crisis New Earth for this short period. And then the crisis caught up with Batman and all the characters by Batman 401. So like I said, it's kind of hard to explain, but there was this brief time period where it's still, even though it was post-crisis, it still was the pre-crisis Batman. and that happened with
Oh, yeah.
Superman too. So those
Yeah.
are some interesting issues. I want to say hello
Oh, yeah.
to Kenneth Bird, who's here with us tonight, and I hope you're doing well.
Oh yeah, it's just like the reason they killed off Supergirl.
Mm-hmm.
Too many Kryptonian characters.
Yep. Yeah, they just wanted to have one survivor from Krypton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One survivor. Poor pretty.
So Tony, what did you pick for us tonight?
So I picked 585. Does anybody know why this one is a key?
I do not.
Oh, I should know because I think I've had that issue, but I can't remember.
It is the first appearance of a character who has been in a movie.
Oh no, it's not. I'm trying to.
Is it Weasel?
No.
Okay.
He appeared in Firestorm.
Oh,
of all places. All right.
Is it Booster?
no,
It's not Booster.
No.
no. Booster
This
was
was
first appearance was in
Booster.
Superman.
Oh, was it? Okay.
This issue is the first appearance of Ratcatcher.
Oh, Ratcatcher.
Oh, Ratcatcher. Yeah, because they've had so many goofy ones. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I should have known that because all the rats are on there. That's it.
yeah, all the rats. Kind of a
I should have caught
trying to
that.
give
Yeah,
away,
I didn't even think
yeah.
about that. Yeah, didn't put two and two together.
So it starts off in a prison or a jail cell or something, and this guy is chipping away at the base of one of the bars. And he's trying to get it loose, and finally he's able to break free. And it says, "Holy heck, Judge! You did it! Free us all!" And he says, "Listen, I ain't got time for that. I will send help as soon as I can. I'll send help as soon as I can. I'm gonna get out of here." And for myself, because if I help you, I'm gonna die. So I'm gonna go get help. So maybe it's not like a county jail or a regular prison. So we'll find out. Up at the surface, we see some goons gathering around a trunk, and it's full of machine guns and bazookas. So just normal things, in Gotham. But Batman says, that wrong. It is my business. So here he comes. We cut back to the prisoner judge, who makes his way to the sewer, and he is splashing around, and he hears a noise, and he's able to see that we have our first full appearance of the Ratcatcher. He says, "Jailbreak, we got ourselves a runner, boys. Is that you, Judge? Set yourself up for an early release date?" And he blows what looks like a dog whistle, and it just sends all these rats into a fury. "What's up, Rod?" Rod the Reekin's here. So all the rats attack the judge. We go back up to the surface, and Batman is beating up some bad guys. And here we kind of go back and forth between the surface and the sewer, where the rats are attacking the judge. He's able to slip into the sewer. And there's a scene here. This is part of one of my favorite panels. This guy's going to go for a machine gun in the trunk. And Batman sees it and slams his whole hand in the trunk. This guy's definitely got something broken. By that time, the gentleman was able to get up, fire a bazooka round, and it goes through one of the goons' chest. It blows up the barn behind him. That's pretty wild. So obviously that is going to attract some noise. So we cut down to the sewer line, and the judge is, he's getting, literally they're nipping at his heels. Quite literally. He's able to move a manhole cover and break free to the surface, but before he's able to close the hatch, here come the rats, and he's just not able to fight them all off. And he says, "By the powers vested in me of Gotham Sanitation Department, I hereby sentence you to death." And the rats are literally eating this guy alive. So he's yelling for help, and Batman hears it. So he quickly makes do with the rest of the bad guys, and he runs over to the judge. And the rats retreat back into the sewer. Batman sees that it's I forget it's an actual judge. He's been kidnapped. They didn't know where he was, but here they are. They found his dead body. Turns out he was eaten alive by rats. So Batman says, "Hey, looks like I'm going to into the sewers." So he hops into the sewers. The coroner comes and he takes the judge's corpse. Gosh, wish I knew this judge's name. Judge Wyatt Hogan is the name. The police are able to identify him. So Batman's in the sewer. He lights a flare, and he's following this trail of rats. And it finally catches up to Ratcatcher and says, "Hey, sweet, welcome, Batman. My name's Ratcatcher. Just the unofficial execution of Gotham City." So he says, you need to mind your business. I've already, taken care of some of the trash. So, let me introduce you to some of my rats. Sends the rats after Batman. And he's able to fight them off. But Batman throws this batarang. This is a pretty cool panel. Throws a batarang, and a rat jumps in between the batarang and the Ratcatcher. So that was pretty cool. Moving on, the rats are all over Batman, and he's able to throw like a flashbang, and that sends the rats running, including the Ratcatcher. So Batman's chasing Ratcatcher into the rest of the sewer, into a pipe, and the Ratcatcher is going to flood the rest of the sewers with Batman in it. And Batman hits his head along the wall, and he's unconscious underwater. And that wraps up this issue. And the next issue is called Rat Trap in 586. So nice. There we have our first appearance of Ratcatcher.
You have that one in your collection?
So is this the...
I do not.
So is this the last appearance of him? First and only appearance?
No.
Those two issues?
No, he's been around a couple times. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he comes back. Yeah. But, as soon as I was trying to find like a more Suicide Squad focused one, but I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. There's a Ratcatcher one. So talk about obscure people within Gotham City. It doesn't get more obscure than Ratcatcher.
Talk about well-known people in our comic book community. We say hello to Rod. So, hi, Rod. Thanks for stopping in. I hope you've had a good weekend and happy early Thanksgiving to you. Gobble, 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 gobble.
Vroom, vroom, vroom.
And Sarah has enjoyed our retro review tonight. We appreciate you spending time with us. So, thoughts, boys, about just in general the stories that we reviewed tonight. Matt, you want to go first?
Oh, they seem... I forgot about the Ratcatcher. I totally did. I didn't know much. I think I had the second one. I think I had the one, the Rat Trap one. But I didn't have the first one, so I didn't realize that was a first appearance of him. Cool.
Tony, your thoughts on the stories we reviewed tonight?
Yeah, very interesting stories. Ratcatcher is always a good one for me. I like his Suicide Squad appearances. Those are my favorite. But everyone picked good books. Detective Comics is not a run that I collect. Unfortunately, I'm so far behind. I really, from a young age, we got into comic books like, I'll never own any of these because who's going to have an Action Comics #1? So, yeah.
So I had never read the story that I picked tonight for the retro review. I actually did a search of what are some good I knew I wanted to try to do something in the Silver Age, I think. And so I did a search, what are some great Silver Age Detective Comic stories? And that was one of the ones that came back as recommended. And I did enjoy mine. I like the style of the panel layouts. Each page on my story wasn't overly laid out with abundant amount of panels. And I just like the format of that. The art was good. Like I said, mine was Gil Kane. Just overall enjoyed that. Now, Matt, on the story that you reviewed, yours reminded me almost like of some Who's Who in the DC Universe pages.
Oh yeah, that's what I remember, because I had a few of those at one time. I used to have a bunch of those Who's Who.
Yeah. Yeah, very cool. So that was a fun throwback tonight as we went to Gotham City for our retro review. So pretty cool. So we're kind of advancing to our book show and talking about what's going on with our channels and stuff. Tony, would you like to go first?
Sure. So for a book show, if I can open this here, and it is very Batman related. So oh, it looks like there's a scuff on already. Oh well. Here I have a new Batman issue, and I forgot the name of it already because it's super foily and not on the cover. It is just a Batman art book. One of these really cool Batman Uncovered.
Oh, yeah. Because DC's doing a whole series of these Uncovered. Matt, are you familiar with this Uncovered line that they're doing?
No, I haven't heard that.
So essentially what they've done is just taken a whole bunch of different covers and reprinted them inside. And they try to loosely put, at least with the Wonder Woman one, they tried to loosely put like a story together on why they're showing these. Like with the Wonder Woman one, they were sorting through pictures of her and stuff. So, and the pictures happen to be published covers.
Of course, Tom King's excellent iteration of Batman made it.
Did he write sorry on there somewhere?
He did. He wrote "Sorry, Bob" down the corner.
Nice.
Oh boy.
Bob, that's.
I didn't give any credit to my helpers.
I might have to rebuy this issue because I just noticed, if you can tell, it's kind of got some blemishes on the back. So that's not going to fly for me. That's going to be a no bueno.
Oh, I see that. Yeah.
Yeah. No thanks. So probably going to have to repurchase this one. Well, that's okay. That's another story for another day. But coming up on the channel, it is Thanksgiving. I got limited content coming up because we are hosting a Thanksgiving this year at my house. So
Couple.
Yeah, just some shorts. Just some shorts. Trying to catch another tidal wave. That'd be nice to end the year on one more, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But it took me how many years to get one? I don't think I'm going to get another one in a few months. So look forward to some shorts on the channel. And that's really it for now, at least.
So with those Uncovereds, I want to get the Nightwing one.
Is there a Nightwing Uncovered?
There is a Nightwing one. That's in my plans to try to pick that up. I just got the Wonder Woman one that came out a few weeks ago. And you know, Tony, how I was telling you that, it might be kind of nice to get, the creative teams that worked on those covers in there. When I flipped through the Wonder Woman one, I instantly realized that this is a no-go. And you want to know why it's a no-go?
What happened? Why? They're all dead?
Because they used covers from the last couple years, but one of the covers that they used was Ramona Fradon, who passed away. It was one of the last pieces of work she actually did in her life. So I'm like, I can't complete that. So I don't know if I'm going to start.
I know. That's what I'm trying to do, is complete the wedding of Superman and Lois Lane.
You are? Okay.
The white cover. But I've realized half the people are dead that are on there, and the other half I can never find them. So when I go to Heroes Con, I walk around. I'm like, I know that guy's here somewhere. Where is he?
Yeah.
Walk past him 3 different times.
How many signatures do you have that on it so far? Would you say?
I have 2 different ones. One I have that I got slabbed has Louise Simonson on it. So I got that slabbed and verified. So that one's done. And then the other one I've probably got, I got Bob McLeod. I got Dan Jurgens the last time. I had, can't remember the guy. Somebody junior. I forget. I got him 2 years ago. I've got the one guy I just got recent. 2 other guys I got recently, and he was telling me the story that he told me was that he remembers them bringing them into a warehouse in Jersey and having like thousands of these books for them to sign. It was like him, Jurgens, and like 3 or 4 other artists that worked on it. And they just had them all sign it. And they sat there for hours on end just signing this book.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So Matt, you're not doing any content like on the YouTube channel anymore actively, but you're posting a little bit on Instagram, right?
Yeah, pretty much on Instagram right now until I can figure out how to get back on YouTube to post stuff.
So I did leave a link to your Instagram in the description for this video.
Yeah.
I left links for,
I'm
for
doing a lot
Tony's
on
channel and ComicFoo and Tim's in there as well. Subscribe to everyone too. But since there's not so much of a channel to actively promote in this segment, you do have a book show for us though, right?
I'll show you the book. You show your book. I'll run and get it. I'll run and go get it real quick.
Okay, you go get yours.
Okay.
I've got a lot to say when it comes to mine. So, so Tony, we'll just kill a moment here or so.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. Tony, what would you say? I know you said you don't have a lot of Detective Comics. How many would you say you have? 10?
I don't think I have any.
You don't roll, really? Okay.
I don't think I have a single one, unless we're counting like the Convergence run, because I think they did.
Okay, yeah.
They did dip their toe into Detective.
Yeah, they
Comics,
did.
but,
I'm going to show the oldest Detective Comics in my collection in just a moment, and I'm not counting the facsimiles, of course.
I just now looking at the Batman Uncovered series. I didn't realize the Power Girl one that I had was part of that series.
Oh, is it?
Did not know that. Yeah, did not know that.
Huh.
That's the
Did
one.
they do anything vintage with her inside of that? Because I mean, stop and think about it. They do have some vintage stuff in there.
Yeah, I got Joe Stanton to sign some stuff. So I mean, some of those covers predated. Went back far enough for Joe Stanton to be involved.
Okay. I wish the Wonder Woman one had some vintage. Everything. I mean, I enjoyed the ones that were in there, but they pretty much were within the last 5 years or so.
I didn't realize what it was.
Okay.
My shop just said I might like it, so I was like, "Yeah, throw it in."
Okay, cool. All right, Matt's back with his book show. So, what do you have for us, Matt?
Yes. So I realized I didn't unbox it yet, so I just unboxed it.
Okay.
So it is Action Comics 228.
Wow.
That is nice.
Yeah. So you're a big Action Comics collector for those that don't know.
Oh, yes. I've got, let me see here. I think I've got, with the annuals and everything, I should have close to, I'm 4 issues away from having 700 issues. And I have all 13 annuals, so.
Nice. So that Adventure Comics, I just did a little looking on that too. That was published in May of 1957.
Yeah, I'm trying to have all the Silver Age all the way through the Modern Age.
Nice. That's
and I'm
pretty
supposed
awesome.
to be getting, so I will be getting an AOK of some New 52 Action Comics.
Okay.
That's what I've been told. So,
in our community, the earliest Action Comics that someone has shown is number 7, and it's signed by Joe Shuster.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Do you know if it's signed on the cover or if it's signed in the interior? Because back then,
I think it's signed on the interior.
Yeah, a lot of times they signed it on the bottom of the first page.
Yep, I think that's exactly.
A lot of them didn't like to. Some of the older guys won't sign in. Will still sign inside. They won't sign on the cover.
Yeah.
But I know Marv Wolfman signs on the outside.
Yeah. So Glenn is wondering if you have 242.
No, I don't have 242. The first Brainiac, no, I don't have that one. That one's it. Literally, if I want to get that book, I could probably get like a 1/8, but it's going to cost me close to $800.
Yeah.
If I want to get it, so I'm like, nah. Give me a reprint, please.
That's the problem I'm running into if I decide I want to do, first Justice League and Brave and the Bold. That's the same problem I'm running into.
I got the first. I got the Millennial Edition for 252 for Supergirl's first appearance.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they considered that her cover B.
Okay. Yeah.
In the series, so I just say, okay, I've got it. I don't really need to go try to buy it for $1,000, you know.
Because you have a
I don't
version
have that
of
kind
it.
of money running around. I had that kind of money at one point, but I bought a bunch of hockey jerseys.
There it went.
So I bought other stuff. So that screwed me over.
Wow. Cool. So moving on to my channel and my portion of the book show. So obviously, thank you to everyone in the community who's watched my latest video. I know both of you did. I know pretty much everyone in the chat has watched it too, in our live chat too, and beyond, because it's close to 300 views, which is very well for my channel. Big emotional reaction in there. It's the thing is, when he said that they were his personal copies, and I knew that he can't replace those. These aren't on eBay. They just aren't. You're not going to find these for sale, even at an insane price. You just don't find them for sale, period. And to give me one of them would have been crazy, but four of them, it's like when that hit me, that was just, I literally at one moment in my mind was going, you have to breathe. You have to breathe right now. And I felt like I couldn't breathe. And that's what was going on in that video. I mean, just the records beforehand that he was showing, I was just like thrilled to death. No one has to gift me anything. Yeah. Not a requirement. Just be nice to me and be my friend. That's what I really, you know, but with the records, I was just like, I can't imagine something getting better than that. And then he turns around, and I literally thought when I saw comic books, I thought they're going to be Isis comic books, because he knows that, like, Isis, the goddess who had a comic book, Joanna Cameron from the TV show. That's what I thought that they were going to be. I really thought that that's what they were going to be. I don't know why I thought that, or a pink lunchbox. But there they were. And I mean, they weren't on my radar because I never thought in my life I would see one, let alone be the owner of one, of several. So that's my video. If you guys haven't watched the Comic Book Editions 219, I would really sincerely appreciate it if you did. I love seeing so many people getting to know Andre. It's different when he's actually there with you instead of me just talking about him. And a lot of people got to know him too. And he's made more of my friends in the community have reached out to him too. And I thank you guys just for being so super kind to him. So that's on my channel right now. I did a All-Star Comics back issue of the week this past week. It was probably the first comic book that I ever mail ordered away for. So I kind of talked a little bit about what goes on in that story. So that's everything that's on my channel already. Tomorrow I'll have a Marvel back issue of the week YouTube short dropping. It's a Moon Knight comic book with some Marvel A-list guest stars in it. And then Tuesday, my comic book editions video that comes out. There's one thing that Andre gifted me that I forgot to show, so I'm going to show that. Signature King sent some books for Andre, but also sent one thing for me, and I showed that. Yeah. And Anachronic Comics sent me an AOK too. That's definitely within brand. Plus, I have some other things I wanted to show, and then I do a mystery ornament unboxing, because Hallmark has these DC superheroes mystery ornaments. And I'm trying to get Wonder Woman. Did I get Wonder Woman? You'll find out. Excuse me, you'll find out in the video that's dropping on Tuesday afternoon. Also, I'm doing some guest star appearances this week. I've got a pretty busy slate this week.
Wow.
Gary B, the casual comic guy, loved my comic book editions video that I put out on Tuesday so much that he wants me to do an Andre AOK 1011 edition on Tuesday nights on his channel. So I'm going to show some things that Andre has AOK'd me throughout the years. And I'm going to talk about those, and I'm just excited about that. That's Tuesday night on his channel. On Wednesday night, John's Comics with Kids and I are doing another edition of Avengers vs. JLA, and this will be issue 6 from both Silver Age titles. So that's coming up as well. It's a big full week for me, and I've got a gobble till I wobble somewhere in the middle of this week as well. But I'm more than happy to do it, and I'm so appreciative of all the kind words and views and all the friendships in this community. And I just wanted to start out by saying thank you to everyone. And the love is felt and doesn't go unnoticed. As for a book show, I said I'm going to show the oldest Detective Comics that's in my collection that is not a facsimile. And that one is an issue that I just got a couple years ago. Detective Comics number 408. If Silver Hair Bronze Age Babe is here, I'm sure she's loving this because I think this is a Neil Adams cover. And I love that we got some panels going on because you don't see panels a whole lot in covers. So. Yeah, and this was a fun story, a really good read. And I picked this up from a Half Price Books just within the last couple years or so. And always kind of wanted to have this book. And there you go. And I don't have a lot of the ones where Batgirl was had a backup feature, but she was a co-headliner in the title. So I wanted to have one of those books too. And this one just clicked and checked off so many boxes for me. And I don't think these stay in stores very much when you find them. So I was happy to add this one in.
No. Bronze Age, Silver Age, Golden Age, they don't stick around very long.
Yep, and she is with us, confirming it is a Neil Adams cover. And yeah, it's a really good story too. Yeah.
That is a good
so one. That's my book show. That's what's going on in my channel. Anyone else have anything else that they want to talk about before we wrap up tonight?
Enjoy your holiday, everybody.
Yeah, what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? Matt, what are you doing?
Probably going over by my aunt's house.
Okay, very good. And Tony, are you hosting or are you traveling?
Hosting. Not often we get to host.
Wow.
And I have a very special Thanksgiving gift for myself.
Oh, to you from you?
To me from me. I technically last day of the work week this week is Wednesday. I don't go back in until next Wednesday.
Oh.
So
wow.
I'm gonna enjoy the long holiday, maybe get make some extra turkey sandwiches, maybe have a few mimosas in the morning.
Nice.
More than I probably should, and just enjoy the time off. Because in a couple of weeks we get to do it again.
Yes, we do.
And it's going to be great. Looking forward to it.
Awesome. We hope that everyone has a very happy Thanksgiving. Matt, thank you so much for spending time with us and being our guest tonight on Fanboys Live in the Retro Review. It's always great to have one of the original comic book community YouTubers with us. So thank you.
Been around forever.
Yep. And we're happy that you're still here with us. So
yep.
Thank you guys so much for watching tonight. Everyone in the live chat that joined us, we appreciate you. Russ, thanks for the nice comment there too. And everyone that watched on the rewind, of course, we don't forget about you and we're appreciative of you. Happy Thanksgiving to all. I will see you with a lot of content. You're going to see this face, unfortunately, a lot this week on many different channels, but bear with it. So
I'll be there
we'll
watching.
Catch you next. Awesome. Thanks, Matt. Thanks for the support. Thank you, everyone. Have a great week. Stay happy, healthy, and safe, and we'll catch you soon. Everyone say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.